We can go ahead and get the jury then.
Oh, it's Mr. Wright, he's not here.
Okay, well, all right. Mr. Sledge, you're comfortable? We'll, I guess, try to get word to Mr. Wright, although he should have heard the 12:45 time. If you need him while you're testifying, just let me know. But in the meantime, are you comfortable just getting restarted without him? Is that all
Yes,
right? Okay. All right, let's get the jury. And somebody try to get, there he is.
Hey.
No problem. We've got everybody now. All right. Lev, you can resume.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, would the court inquire whether everyone on the far side of the courtroom can hear me using the phone?
Can y'all hear her? Maybe hold it a little closer.
There's your answer.
Hello?
She wants to know if we can hear her.
No?
I can't hear y'all either. You can, all right. Mr. Harvey can hear you then.
Thank you,
We're
Judge.
good.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Mr. Sledge.
Good afternoon, Ms. Love.
All right. Mr. Sledge, looking back at State's 444 Yankee, am I correct that you acknowledged number 10 on page 4 of 7 as true?
Yes.
So how was it that you knew that on January 10th, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates traveled to Miami, Florida with co-defendant and YSL founder Jeffery Williams, aka Young Thug? Tell the jury how you know that, please.
Because I knew he had a show for the next day and they was leaving that night. I just didn't go.
How were you familiar that he had a show the next day?
By talking to him. He invited me to the show and a video shoot. I didn't go.
What made you not go?
Because I was gonna stay in the city to protect my family because I was falsely accused of something I didn't commit.
Now, when you say falsely accused, on January the 10th, 2015, to your knowledge, had warrants been taken out for your arrest for Donovan Thomas's murder?
No, the street said it. So I wasn't gonna leave my kids and my family here knowing that if I supposedly did something, they probably would have tried to harm my family. And I'd do anything necessary to protect my family.
Understood.
What if it sent me to prison for the rest of my life?
How did you find out the streets were saying that you murdered Donovan Thomas Jr.?
I received fake DMs from fake page. Well, I received DMs from fake pages.
And what did the DMs tell the jury about? Some of the DMs from fake pages that you received?
It stated that me and Kenneth Copeland just killed Nut.
And what was it? Just saying that? Just Sledge and or Moontunk and Woody just killed Nut?
Yes.
Who was the page allegedly from? You
I
said
don't
fake
know.
page.
It was a fake page, so it's a fake account. You wouldn't know who it is. I don't even remember the name on the account.
Did they call themselves Death to Snakes, Slimes, or something to that effect?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't recall.
Do you recall how many of those fake DMs you got?
I received them over years. Even once they dismissed it on me, I still were receiving them.
Were you and Kenneth Copeland the only persons that were accused in those fake DMs of murdering Donovan Thomas?
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm not offering.
How about as to his personal knowledge?
Thank you. To your knowledge, within the DMs that you received, within those DMs, were you and Kenneth Copeland the only people accused or alleged by some unknown people to have been responsible for that murder?
Yes, on January the 10th.
And when you say on January 10th, you mean that on that day only, you and he were accused?
Yes.
Did anyone within those DMs allege or assert anything regarding YSL as a group?
No, they never said YSL in the DM.
Okay. When you referenced for years you got them, at any point did YSL show up in the DMs that you got accusing you of Donovan Thomas's murder?
Yeah, probably over the years.
Okay. Do you know how many of those you got?
I can't recall. It was so many of them.
Okay. What did you do when you got those DMs? Did you take any action in particular?
I didn't even respond because I knew it wasn't true.
Did you share it with anybody?
No.
And when you say you knew it wasn't true, is that only as to your participation in the murder?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, were you working as head of security with Defendant Williams' label on January 10th, 2015?
No, I don't even think he was doing shows, but I wasn't going. I don't think he was doing shows, and I think I never went to the shows because I had a responsibility every day to get my kids to school.
Okay. So when were you working as head of security and didn't have to get your kids to school?
When we went on tour and other transportation was provided, I was able to go on tour with him.
And when was that?
I don't remember exactly the day the tour was.
I don't need specific dates. Can you tell the jury the
It was
year?
2015.
All right. Can you tell the jury whether it was summer, winter, spring, or fall in 2015?
I don't remember.
Was it after the murder of Donovan Thomas?
The tour was.
All right. Was that the first, second, third, or some other number tour that you went on with Jeffery Williams?
I think that was the first tour.
Is that the tour you referred to yesterday?
Yes, the rodeo tour.
Yes. And
Yes.
was that the tour that involved Travis Scott?
Yes.
Do you have any idea what month that tour began?
No, I don't.
Did you work from the beginning of that tour until the end of that tour?
No, I think we got sent home for some stupidity.
All right. Did you work at the beginning of that tour?
Yes.
All right. Do you remember where the first show was?
No.
All right. Do you remember generally the month that the first show was?
No.
Are you able to say, however, based on what you just said, that whatever it was after the murder of Donovan Thomas?
Yes.
All right. Are you familiar with a person named Kelvin Treadwell who answers to the name O.G. Bentley?
Yes.
How do you know Kelvin Treadwell?
Around Atlanta.
How long have you known him?
I can't recall how long I've been knowing.
Has it been as long as you've known Defendant Williams?
No.
Has it been longer?
Shorter.
All right. Did you know him in 2015?
Yes.
Did you know him in 2014?
I'm not. I think so. I think so.
Do you remember how you met?
Shooting the basketball in Cleveland Avenue Park.
All right. To your knowledge, at the time you met O.G. Bentley, was he YSL?
I don't know what Bentley was claiming.
But at that time that you met him, were you still claiming YSL?
Yes.
All right. To your knowledge, did Bentley ever work for YSL as a road manager or in any other capacity? Your knowledge.
I think so.
When?
It was 2015.
Now, when you say it was 2015, why do you say it the way that you did? Was it certainly no other time than 2015?
I just said it was 2015, Ms. Lowe.
Was it only
Which way I
2015?
said it? Did I ain't say it no way, but it was 2015.
Okay. Was it only 2015?
I don't know. I wasn't around Bentley every time that they went on shows and stuff.
Were you around Defendant Williams every time they went on shows as head of security?
No, only when I went.
When did you not go besides when Donovan Thomas got killed?
It's a couple of times, man. I probably been on the tour, but there's a lot of shows that I didn't go to.
All right. How many shows did you go to? Do you remember?
I don't recall. There was so many I don't recall.
During the time that you were working as head of security and touring with Defendant Williams in 2015, to your knowledge, did O.G. Bentley work for YSL?
Could you repeat your question?
To your knowledge, did O.G. Bentley work with YSL during the time that you were touring and working as head of security with Defendant Williams in 2015?
I seen working like carrying bags, helping with the clothes, push the luggage in and stuff like that.
Besides carrying bags, working with the clothes, pushing luggage in, did you ever see or do you know whether O.G. Bentley worked in any other capacity for Defendant Williams during 2015?
I don't recall.
Did you ever interact with O.G. Bentley while working as head of security with YSL?
Yeah, we talked. We did what we supposed to been doing. Yeah, we talked.
Did he ever do anything that you were aware of besides carrying bags, working with luggage, and pushing around clothes?
I don't really recall.
Did you ever use him as part of the security for YSL?
No.
Okay. So, are you familiar with Chamel drinks?
I don't actually know Chamel drinks.
Are you familiar with the name Chamel drinks?
Yeah, by y'all putting it on the indictment.
Is the time or day you saw the indictment the first time you had ever in life heard of or knew about Chamel drinks?
I had seen it, but I didn't know his name was Chamel Drink.
What did you know him as?
They called him Nut, I guess.
When did you first learn of, and I will call him the other nut. When did you first learn about that particular person? Shamel Drinks, whom you knew as Nut.
I probably seen him at the park on the basketball court a couple of times with somebody I know.
What park?
Captain Home Park.
Did you ever see him at Cleveland Avenue Park?
No.
You said it emphatically. Why did you say it that emphatically and chuckle?
I just said no.
Okay. Would you ever have expected to see him at Cleveland Avenue Park?
I wouldn't expect no one that's not all right with us to be in the same area we in.
By us, you mean
not
YSL?
friends. Friends with me and Jeffery Williams to be in the same, and other guys who be on Cleveland Avenue. They're not friends with us to be in the same area we be in.
Why?
We're not friends. Everybody have their own neutral friends.
So would Cleveland Avenue Park be a place you described as a place where YSL hung out, but not other people who weren't friends with YSL?
True.
Okay. What all did you do at Cleveland Avenue Park with YSL?
I already answered that question ago.
I'm talking about after 2012.
The same thing. We played basketball. They had days at the park.
What kind of days at the park?
They had Cleveland Avenue Day. Everybody in the city of Atlanta have a day.
Okay. When you say everyone in the city of Atlanta, what do you mean?
Zone 1, West Side, East Side, whatever you want to say, everybody have their own day.
What happened?
It's a reunion.
All right. What happened at the reunion at Cleveland Avenue Park on Cleveland Avenue Day?
You barbecue, you play music.
And who all attended?
A lot of people, I can't tell you.
Did anyone attend that wasn't associated with or affiliated with or considered a friend of YSL?
It's a day. Anybody come.
So even people that you considered opposition would show up at Cleveland Avenue Park?
You said opposition. You got to explain that to me.
All right. Thank you for that. Were there groups that you personally considered opposition to YSL?
What is the opposition to?
When you and I spoke earlier today about the meeting with Lieutenant Lansco, your lawyer, and me outside of Fulton County, did you tell me what you understood opposition to be?
I don't recall that.
Okay. As you sit here today, have you ever used or posted about ops?
Yes.
What did you mean when you posted about ops?
I feel like ops is a person I don't hang with.
And what does ops stand for?
I don't know.
Well, why do you use it?
It's a slang word in the street that everybody uses.
Is it short for opposition?
Maybe.
For you personally?
I guess.
So understanding that, were there any particular groups that you considered ops as it related to YSL? People who y'all were not friends with?
I guess, Ms. Love.
Bless you. Say that again.
I said, I guess.
And who were those people? What groups were they?
I can't name. I can't name who they didn't like YSL because I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know if you like. It looked like to me you don't like them. That's what I'm saying. So I can't answer that question for you.
I'm asking for
But you asked another question.
Who is it that you consider to be ops of YSL starting in 2015?
I don't know.
Did you consider If Gang ops for YSL?
I guess.
Why?
Because they ain't like certain people that was around us. I guess.
Other than the April 28th, 2015 drive-by, do you know of other conflicts, physical conflicts with If Gang members, between If Gang and YSL members?
What, a fight?
Fights, shootings, stabbings,
I don't know.
anything?
I don't know nothing about no shootings. I know
Okay.
about a fight.
Any kind of conflict.
A fight.
What fight?
I guess when they jumped on Copeland.
When was that?
I don't know what day that was.
Do you remember what month it was?
No.
Was it before or after Donovan Thomas was murdered?
Probably after.
Where did it occur?
Club Crucial.
Were you there?
I don't recall if I was there or not, but I heard about it.
All right.
I don't recall if I was there or not.
What do you remember happening around that time?
What you mean? Gotta be more specific.
What is it that, to your knowledge, occurred? You said that that was a conflict with ops and YSL.
I'm going to overrule that.
Could
You
you
may-
repeat it?
You may answer. What is it that you know about that conflict between ops and YSL as it related to Copeland?
I just know Copeland got jumped on.
By whom?
I think it's in under 801.
Your Honor, may I be allowed to ask another question?
All right, she's just going to ask another question. Go ahead.
Did you talk about Copeland getting jumped with other members of YSL?
No, I heard it in the street, man.
When you say in the streets, what do you mean?
Like people around Atlanta was talking about it.
What type of people? Like random people in a restaurant?
Regular people, females, all type of people. Whoever seen it, females and stuff like that in the club.
And did you ever talk about it with Copeland?
I don't remember if Copeland ever mentioned to me, but I think he did.
And in the context of your conversation with Copeland, what information was shared between you?
He said they were trying to take his money. Oh,
Yes.
Assuming facts not in evidence, he has not affirmatively stated that he had a conversation with Mr. Copeland about it, so it's inappropriate to ask what the contents of that conversation was.
Well, he was about to say he said, so
He-
I think it was, but why don't you clarify that, Miss Love?
What did Copeland tell you happened?
I think they were trying to take his money out of his pocket. I don't know. I wasn't there. I just
Understand
what
that
he
you weren't
said.
there.
He just said they tried to take his money.
Okay. And who did Copeland tell you tried to take his money?
He didn't specific say any name to me.
Did he indicate whether it was If Gang or another group?
He actually said, I think he said it was If Gang. I'm not for sure.
Did he expect or want you to do anything as a result of that?
No, he never asked me to do anything.
Did he talk about who was with him
No,
when he got jumped?
he never mentioned anyone who was with him that night in the club.
Did he talk about anybody coming to his rescue?
Not that I know of.
Did he mention Bloody J?
No, because I think I'm not sure if he mentioned Bloody J or not.
What did you start to say? I think after he what?
Because he left the club after he got jumped on, so I don't recall him mentioning Bloody J.
Are you aware of what YSL members, if any, were with him at the time that happened?
I don't know who was with him, what was with him.
Did you ever speak with Yak about that night?
No,
Did you ever speak with Lil D Garlington about that night?
no.
Other than when Copeland and Garlington got jumped on, are you aware of any other conflict between YSL and If Gang?
Not to my knowledge.
And as you speak of to your knowledge, are you speaking of things that you personally saw? Are you confining your knowledge to things that you personally saw?
Yes.
All right. Were any other conflicts discussed among YSL members with you?
No.
Are you familiar with or aware of whether, following Donovan Thomas's murder, defendant William's stepfather's house got shot up.
No, I didn't know that.
Are you aware of any YSL members' homes being targeted following Donovan Thomas's murder?
I think January 10th, if I'm not mistaken, Copeland mother-in-law house got shot up, but that's about it.
And how'd you learn about that?
Copeland.
Did anyone else within YSL make you aware that either their home or their family's homes were shot at or targeted following Donovan Thomas's murder?
No.
How often did you hang or associate with Quindarius Zachary?
Me and Quindarius hung a lot.
What do you describe as a lot?
Not every day, but on normal days, like every other day.
Every other day since what year would you say?
I don't remember the year, Miss Love.
Fair enough. Were you hanging together that often in 2015?
Yes.
All right. Did you know who Quindarius Zachary was dating in 2015?
Yes.
All right. Are you aware of whether or not she was ever targeted by any member of IF gang during 2015?
No, I don't know if she was ever targeted by F gang. I wouldn't say that.
Was she ever targeted by anybody?
I don't know.
Did you and Quindarius Zachary ever go out to retaliate against anyone who had shot at or targeted his girlfriend?
No, I never been anywhere with Quindarius to shoot at nobody about no girl.
How many times have you been with Quindarius to shoot at anybody about anything?
The only incident we pleaded guilty to.
And if you would talk about pleas of guilty to you, because we can't talk about anybody else's plea.
Well, you asked me and I told you.
I'm
That's the
asking
only
simply how
incident.
many. Okay. Is it accurate to say that you cannot and are not able to say that the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas guilty are not guilty, didn't do that murder?
I can't say if they guilty or not guilty.
Okay. Now, as reflected in number 14 of your factual acknowledgments, can you tell the jury how it is or why it is that the gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, is one of the multiple locations where YSL associates sell drugs and do not allow other gangs to operate?
Well, from my understanding, I used to hang up there and play the slot machine.
Mm-hmm.
And I sold a couple of baggies, if that's what you want to call it. Me. I don't know if anyone else sold any baggies. If they did, that was their business. Did
number 14 refer only to you, or did it refer to YSL associates, plural?
They say multiple.
Multiple locations where YSL associates sell drugs?
Yes.
And do not allow other gangs to operate?
Yes, I see that.
And is that a thing that you told the jury earlier today was true?
I'm saying it probably was multiple people selling drugs, but.
Tell the jury how they kept other gangs from operating at 151 Cleveland Avenue.
I already answered that question. Why would anyone come anywhere and hang with people they're not friends with? I'm not going to hang with anyone that I'm not friends with.
My question is not that. My question is, how did YSL keep other gangs from selling drugs or operating at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
Cause I hung at the gas station, so who will come? I hung at the gas station. Well, me and a couple of people, deceased people, I don't want to speak their name. We hung at the gas stations, and people not friend us not gonna come up to the gas station.
Would you please tell the jury, and I will not belabor it, but would you please tell the jury who those other people were? And I'm sorry for that loss.
I don't want to speak their name.
Would you please tell the jury their last name?
I don't know their real name. I only know Matt would say, I can't think of their name right now. Give me a second.
Was it?
Because I don't want to speak their name in this courtroom because they not here to defend themselves.
And they're not on trial.
Right, but I don't want to speak nobody's name who ain't here to defend themselves.
Do you understand nothing bad can happen to
I understand that, but I still don't want to speak their name in this case.
All right. Will you answer yes or no if I speak their names? Was one of the persons Christian McMiller?
I don't want to answer that question, Ms. Lee.
Your Honor, would the court please instruct the witness to answer?
You need to answer it, and you need to answer it truthfully.
Yes.
Was one of the persons Darius Ford?
Yes.
Right. Thank you. How often did you hang at 151 Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta with those two persons?
Not that much.
What did you use what kind of or type of baggies or drugs did you sell there?
I probably had a personal pack that I was smoking on. If someone came, I probably sold them something out of my pack, like what I was smoking on. I didn't really sell drugs up there, but I have.
Why did you use 151 Cleveland Avenue?
Because I was there. I have sold drugs right there, so that's why I used it.
Is that the only place in Atlanta that you sold drugs?
No, I sold drugs. I've been selling drugs probably all my life, but it don't have nothing to do with YSL. YSL wasn't even thought about when I started selling drugs.
Okay. Did you hide from YSL members that you sold drugs?
What type of question is that?
Did you hide it from YSL that you sold drugs?
I never told them I sold drugs.
That's not the question.
No, I didn't hide it from anybody but the police.
Okay. Is it fair to say it was known among members of YSL that you sold drugs?
What them knowing?
Sustained.
Are you aware of whether members of YSL, are you personally aware of whether other YSL members knew that you sold drugs?
Maybe. Yes.
Okay. Is the picture that I showed you yesterday of you and Mr. McMiller that was labeled and admitted as States 426Y, was this taken at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
Yes, I had pulled up there because I seen him. Yes.
Okay. Who took the picture?
I don't know. I don't recall who took the picture.
All right. You spoke about guns earlier and always having guns. What kind of guns did you personally carry with you in 2015?
I don't remember a gun that I carried, Miss Love.
I don't mean make and model. I mean just generally the types.
In the video, you see I had an assault rifle. So
How many?
You showed the jury that too.
How many?
And this whole courtroom.
How many assault rifles did you have?
I don't know, Miss Love. I don't recall how many I had.
Where did you get your guns?
I paid for them.
Where did you get them?
Off the streets.
Okay. Did you get any from Quindarius Zachary?
Did I get any guns from Quindarius?
Did
No.
Quindarius Zachary ever buy guns for you?
No.
Do you know if Quindarius Zachary bought guns for any other member of YSL?
I know he was accused and arrested for it, so
I'm not asking that. I'm just asking if
no,
you have.
I don't know.
Okay. On the night that the house was shot up in the Martin Luther King area off of Adele Avenue, what kind of guns did you, Garlington, and Zachary have?
I didn't have a gun.
Okay. How many guns were in the car?
I don't recall.
Since you said you always carry guns, why didn't you have a gun?
Because I didn't have a gun that night.
Okay. What was special about that night such that you didn't need a gun?
I believe I left it at home by mistake, just moving too fast that day.
Why were you moving so fast?
We all move too fast sometimes and leave stuff behind.
Okay. Were you moving to protect Garlington? Knowing?
Sustained.
Did you have any intention of looking out for Garlington when you left the house?
We was together, but nobody knew anything was going to transpire that night.
Okay. When you went back, did you say, and forgive me if I got it wrong, so you have to correct me, did you say that you left and came back and picked up Garlington?
I left the club.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Did you go home?
No, I didn't make it home.
All right. And when you and Garlington went to pick up Mr. Zachary, did Mr. Zachary live near where you lived at the time?
No.
Okay. How far away from where you picked up Mr. Garlington did you have to go to pick up Mr. Zachary?
I don't know the mileage or none of that, Ms. Love. I'm not
asking that.
I
I'm just
don't know.
asking generally.
I don't know.
All right. Was it across town in another city or what?
I don't know. It wasn't another city.
Did Mr. Zachary get in your car with a gun?
Yes.
What kind of gun?
I don't recall.
Was it a handgun or an assault rifle or
I
something else?
don't recall, Ms. Love. I don't know if I think it was assault rifle. I don't recall.
Okay. Did you ask him what he was going to do with it?
No, I didn't ask him.
Did you ask him whether it was loaded?
No.
Why not?
He better not have a gun.
Why you say he better not have a gun that's not loaded?
Man, nobody in the world better have a gun that ain't loaded. What you doing with it?
Why do you keep looking to your left in the direction
I'm just laughing
of
at you.
the defendants? Okay.
I'm not afraid.
Looking at anybody
I'm
over
not
there?
afraid of nobody over there, so let's get that straight. I'm just telling you that.
Did you hear me
That's
assert
for
that
me.
you were afraid of anybody?
I'm bringing that to your attention. I'm bringing that to your attention.
Sustained.
I ain't slow, Miss Love, no. I'm not intimidated by you or nobody in this courtroom.
As well, you should not be.
Right. No, I can take
What
a
about?
break. Can I take a break? Can I take a 5-minute break?
We just got started.
Yeah, but
Let's keep going.
okay.
What about the gas station at 221 Cleveland Avenue, referenced in factual acknowledgement number 15? Would you tell the jury who it is among your YSL associates that sells drugs at 221 Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia?
That's the same question from the same. It's gonna be the same answer for number 14.
So the same YSL associates that sold drugs and didn't allow gangs to operate at 151 sold drugs.
Objection, Your Honor. The statement of the testimony. He never testified that people did not allow others to operate.
Yeah, that's what's in the factual assertion that she's going over right now. Go ahead, Ms. Love. Overruled.
Thank you. And to be clear, is that what you testified to a moment ago, that YSL associates sell drugs and do not allow other gangs to operate at 151 Cleveland Avenue and 221 Cleveland Avenue?
I think I said that no one, our friends, will come to the gas station where we at. I think that was my answer.
Did you acknowledge that the entirety of the sentence that is number 14 in the factual acknowledgments was true earlier before lunch?
Yes.
And so does that sentence say the gas station?
It say allowed, but I just know no.
Will you let me finish the question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Does it say the gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, is one of multiple locations where YSL associates sell drugs and do not allow other gangs to operate?
If you want to be factual, we wouldn't allow no one who's not our friend around us.
How'd you keep people who weren't your friends from being around you?
We didn't keep no one. They just didn't show up.
You just said we wouldn't allow
because we'll be uncomfortable.
How did you keep them from doing it then? How did you not allow them?
I'll just tell you, you're not my friend. Why you want to hang around me? You ain't my friend.
Did that keep people from being around you who weren't YSL?
A lot of people. Because I'm not going to allow you to be around me if you're not my friend. I don't trust you.
Do your words alone keep people from being around you that are not your friends?
My words.
Do you ever use anything else, or any show of force to back up your words?
No, I didn't have to.
Why?
I just didn't have to.
Okay.
People respect people. So, like, if you respect, like I respect you, what you're doing your job. So, if you respect me, you're just going to accept what I say.
Understood. Thank you. Are these people that respected you that you did not allow to operate at 151 Cleveland Avenue and 221 Cleveland Avenue people that you would consider ops to YSL?
I couldn't say that because I don't know no op that try to come up to the gas station.
Well, what other gangs did you keep from operating at 151 Cleveland and 221 Cleveland Avenue?
I don't know if they was gangs or not, but if they was gang, they wouldn't be able to come up there.
Since you said all of the statements in 14 and 15 are true, and you said you did not allow other gangs to operate, what gangs did you all keep from operating at 151 Cleveland and 221 Cleveland Avenue?
I don't know the name of the gang.
How did you know they were gangs?
They probably had a flag on or something like that.
What's a flag?
I guess a do-rag. I don't know.
You guess a do-rag?
Yeah. They used to have their little colors hanging off them. I don't know exactly what it was.
When you say colors hanging off them, please describe so the jury is understanding what you mean. For the jury, not me.
That's what they state. The gang unit state anybody who wear
Wait a minute.
flag.
Hold it.
I don't know that.
I'm asking you how you knew, not the gang unit.
I don't know. I don't know if it was true or they were false. I don't know.
Okay. Regardless of whether they were actual gang members or they were false flagging, how is it that you kept people that you observed?
You asking the same question, Ms. Love, that I already answered. You asking it in a different way. Just move on to your next question. You asking the same question in 3-4 different ways.
Do you think that
Y'all, I need to take a break. My head hurt.
You're probably not the only one, but we're going to wait a few minutes before we break again.
She making my blood pressure go up for real. I got high blood
Take some
pressure.
deep breaths.
Golly.
is If Gang one of the gangs that y'all did not allow to operate at 151 Cleveland and 221 Cleveland?
I don't know.
Did you ever see them operating there?
No, I never seen them in that area.
Okay. When you say in that area, are you meaning in the Cleveland Avenue area?
Yes, I never seen in the Cleveland Avenue area.
All right. Do you know what area If Gang generally occupied?
No.
Do you need me to get you some water?
I need you to just come on, let's get this over with. Because you keep asking me the same questions 3-4 times. My answer
I'm
not
trying
going
to
to
get
change.
through it, okay?
Yeah, my answer not going to change.
Okay.
I'm answering to my best of knowledge.
Okay. Now, when you were talking earlier about the sentencing acknowledgments that you said you didn't understand on December 28th, 2022, but that you understand today. How did you, when did you gain your understanding of number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the paragraph underneath number 6 that you didn't have on December 28th, 2022?
When I read them myself, I understood them a little better.
And did you review those with your lawyer of 15 years on December 28th, 2022?
I don't remember because at that time I was going to a lot when my mother was sick. So I didn't remember. I don't remember.
Did your lawyer read them to you by any chance?
I don't remember. I don't remember, Ms. Love.
Were you given, did you have to raise your hand and swear that you understood each of those sentencing acknowledgments in section 5 on pages 5 and 7? I'm sorry, 5 and 6.
I most definitely raised my hand because I was desperate to get back to my mama when I took that plea. But I'm answering all my questions, all your questions to the best of my knowledge.
Thank you. So let's talk about getting back to your mother.
I don't want to talk about my mother.
I do not. I'm not. I'm going to not talk about your mom, okay?
Yeah.
I'm talking about what you just told the jury. Were you in Rice Street at the time that you went over these acknowledgments with your lawyer?
I consider this courthouse as Rice Street, so yes.
All right.
I was Rice Street property.
Did you ask him questions?
Did I ask who questions?
Your lawyer?
Yeah, I told him a lot of things that you stated on this paper wasn't what I said, so some of the stuff I didn't agree to.
Did you ask him to come back and tell somebody from the state?
He did come back and tell you from my knowledge.
So while you were asking him and telling him that, did you also ask him what the sentencing acknowledgments meant?
No, I didn't ask that question.
Is there any particular reason you didn't?
I just told you I was just trying to get my sick mother.
Okay. All right. Your Honor, let me ask you, I'm sorry, I needed to ask you, what was the offer made to you in exchange for your plea of guilty? What offer did the state make to you?
To get up here and tell my truth, right? That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you my truth. Not what my understanding was when I took this deal, I would be able to explain you my truth because I don't know whoever even stated this stuff to you.
When you say you don't know who stated this stuff to me, please
Because
explain.
somebody, you had to come up with it some type of way for it to be on this paper. It ain't nothing that I said to you. That's my understanding. I didn't say it to you.
Did you swear that those were true?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Would you tell the jury whether you and unindicted co-conspirators, along with some indicted co-conspirators, between January 24, 2013 and May 8, 2022, conspired unlawfully to acquire, maintain, directly and indirectly, an interest in and control of United States currency and other personal property through a pattern of racketeering activity, and conspired to conduct, participate in, directly and indirectly, such enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity
You said on what day?
between January 24, 2013 and May 8, 2022.
I don't remember, Ms. Lowe. I don't remember.
Can you tell the jury whether you conspired to associate with others to illegally obtain money and property by participating in the enterprise that is YSL through a pattern of racketeering activity?
No, I don't recall that.
Can you tell the jury whether, in furtherance of your conspiracy, you engaged in activities that included preserving, protecting, and enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of YSL through acts of racketeering activity, including murder, assault, and threats of violence?
You said, did I?
Did you conspire with others
No, not by my knowledge.
to participate in this enterprise
I'm
that is
answering-
YSL?
I'm answering no to that question. I don't
Okay.
understand it.
Did you and other YSL members act in any way to protect or preserve or enhance the reputation and power of YSL by posting messages, images, videos, and songs that demonstrated your allegiance to YSL and your willingness to engage in violence on its behalf? Your Honor, this is a
Also going to object to leading.
To what?
Leading.
I'm going to overrule that one. What are you saying, Miss Love?
that these are things we allege that this witness has stated or agreed to. He has, on December 28th, 2022. I'll just leave it at that.
And I'm going to say, it presumes guilt, it takes away the presumption of innocence, Ms. Love is reading an indictment and asking the witness. If I'm going to say more,
Well, I mean,
May I
she's
respond?
asking him if he did.
Yes, Your Honor, that
You said we.
Yeah.
that's not the question. Did Mr. Sledge and others
Right.
Well,
appropriate?
you rephrased it that way, so I think you need to stick to the phraseology that you're permitted to ask, okay?
yes, Your Honor. Did you conspire with other members of YSL to preserve, protect, and enhance the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise known as YSL by posting messages, images, videos, and songs demonstrating your allegiance to the enterprise and a willingness to engage in violence on its behalf?
All right, that's overruled.
You may answer the question.
Could you repeat it?
Yes. Did you conspire with other members of YSL to preserve, protect, and enhance the reputation, power, and territory of YSL by posting messages, images, videos, and songs demonstrating allegiance to YSL and a willingness to engage in violence on behalf of YSL. Did you do that?
Yes.
All right. At any time, did you remain armed and ready and willing to preserve, protect, and enhance the reputation, power, and territory of YSL through the use of violence?
No, I stay armed for myself. No.
Did you conspire with any other YSL members to do that?
No.
You may.
Did you obtain or did you conspire with others to obtain money, weapons, and other property through acts including robbery, theft, and the unlawful sale and distribution of drugs?
No.
Did you conspire with other members of YSL to obstruct law enforcement investigations and court proceedings through witness intimidation and attacks upon law enforcement officers?
Could you repeat that and make it? Could you say it what I can understand?
Yes.
Because I didn't understand what you were saying.
And you're going to have to tell me which part you're not understanding.
I
Okay?
don't understand the whole question, whatever you say.
Did you and other members of YSL with you, did y'all conspire to obstruct law enforcement investigations and or court proceedings through witness intimidation and attacks upon law enforcement
All right.
officers?
Miss Love, make sure
Yes, Your Honor.
that you're asking about what he did. And he can, I mean, he
I will be-
understood all of the other ones that you asked him. So
Okay.
it's not the beginning of that question that seems to be confusing him.
I'll break it up.
Why don't you?
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
okay, sustained.
All right. Did you and other members of YSL, did you ever
That's the issue. That's
the
one of the
issue.
issues.
We at
Okay.
YSL, thank you.
did you conspire with anyone within YSL?
No.
All right. Did you ever, through witness intimidation, make any efforts to obstruct law enforcement investigations and court proceedings?
No.
Okay. I'm going to show you what we have marked as State's Exhibit 435 Yankee. With the court's permission, may I first show and make certain that the defense sees what I'm showing the witness, and then approach the witness.
You may.
Thank you. I've just shown to counsel for the defense as State's Exhibit 435 Yankee. I'm not going to play the sound, but I am going to play the video for you. It's a short video.
Why you just say it was the video, man? Then I could have answered yes.
Because I have to do foundation.
Right. Okay.
All right. Do you recognize yourself in State's Exhibit
Yeah, me.
435 Yankee? Which
Yes.
is the video.
Yes, me.
Is that a fair and accurate copy or
Yes.
depiction of you?
Thank you for refreshing my memory. Thank you.
You're welcome. Your Honor, the state tender states 435 Yankee is evidence.
It's admitted.
Thank you, Judge. Permission to publish.
You may.
Thank you.
You lie to your kids, you lie to your mama, but you get in the courtroom and in the investigation room and tell them punk ass people the God honest motherfucking truth. Pussy ass.
Mr. Sledge, do you recall when you made that video?
No, I don't know the date.
Did you put that video on your own social media account?
Yes.
Do you recall when you put it on your social media account?
No, I don't recall when I put it on.
Are you able? We're going to put it up for you and ask you if you can read. We're going to put up a still shot and see if you're able to read the date at the bottom of the still shot.
You gonna put it right here?
Yes, sir. Up
Okay.
here. Up. Can you see it in both places?
I don't see a date. At least she can blow it up.
She's going to blow it up for you. Are you able to see the date at the bottom of that post?
Yes.
Would you please start with the time and read the time and date?
p.m. 7/19/2015.
4:22 p.m. 7/19.
2015.
Thank you. Now, what caption did you put with that?
I just said pussy ass nigga for real.
Why did you put that particular caption with that video about getting in a courtroom and telling the God's honest truth?
I don't know, Miss Love. I was just doing something at the time. It was just an Instagram post. And it's a saying that everybody says, so I just posted it.
Which part is a saying that everybody says?
You lie to your kid, lie to your mom. I just put pussy ass niggas on the post. I don't know the meaning of why I put it on there neither.
Does everybody?
I did put it on there.
Okay. Does everybody say only you lie to your kids and you lie to your mama?
It's a saying. I don't hear it a couple of times.
Is that all of the saying that everybody says? You lie to your kids, you lie to your mama?
Yes, a lot of people.
So the rest of it and get in the courtroom and tell the God's honest truth. Does everybody say that part?
All that go with it. That's the whole point of the saying. Okay. All that go with it.
Why did you choose this particular saying to make a whole video about and post it on your Instagram in July of 2015?
I don't know, Ms. Love. I'm being honest with you. I don't know.
And is that, when you did that, does that refresh your memory about the video that you saw earlier where you said it sounded like your voice was saying snitching bitches?
Yeah, I told you I didn't see me in the video, but it sounded just like me. I said that.
Okay.
I said that to you earlier.
Okay, you did. Do you recognize where you are in this video?
No, I don't know where I'm at in this video.
Okay. I'm going to show you now what has already been admitted as 427 Yankee. And while we're getting that pulled up, are you, did you know that any members of YSL did you know whether or not any members of YSL did any interviews with police around July 15th, 2015?
No, I didn't know that.
Were
you said 2015?
Yes, sir.
What day? Could you give me a specific day?
Around July 15th.
No, I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
What interviews in 2015 are you aware, and how are you aware of YSL?
Only person I know that went.
Actually, before you answer that, let's just wait. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Pause. We're going to go ahead and play 427 Yankee.
I just asked her who she was dead. Motherfucking yak. I just asked her who she was dead. She don't even know who dead. She like, you crying.
Did you see yourself in that video?
Yes.
You're smiling. Do you remember when that video was taken?
No, ma'am.
Was it around 2015?
Probably.
Do you know where it was taken?
I think we in a house somewhere, or something like that.
Whose house?
I don't really know who house it is. I just know the people I see in the video. I don't know actually who house we was at.
Tell the jury, please, who all you recognize in the video. And you don't have to point them out. Just tell the jury who all you recognize.
I recognize me, Mr. Williams, Stillwells. I want to say Kendrick and Honor. And I think that was Zachary and Garnett, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you see Mr. Copeland in there?
Could you play it back and let me see?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You did. I just asked her who she was dead. Motherfucker, yeah. I just asked her.
Yeah, I see Mr. Copeland.
Is he the gentleman with the red hat?
Yes.
Did you see Mr. Stillwell do anything with his hand?
I don't know exactly what he did. His hand, he pointed. Whatever he did, I couldn't see what he did with his hand.
If we play it and freeze it, would you be able to see?
Maybe.
Okay, let's try that.
You did.
That ain't Mr. Stillwell.
Who is that?
The Mickey and Gunner look
But-
like he throwed up the 3.
He's throwing up a 3.
Yeah, that's the 3 like that. He did like this. That's what it is.
Have you ever seen that sign thrown up to represent a B, a small b, as in Bloods?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you distinguish when it's a 3 and when it's a B?
You can't distinguish because it's throwed up the same way. I don't seen people throw it up both ways.
All right.
So you can't distinguish.
Did Mr. Garlington say anything to you to make you believe that that was 3 versus the B?
No, I just see 3 fingers like this.
Okay.
So
Do you currently work?
for me,
Yes, sir.
I have my own business.
Okay. And at the time that this video was made, were you working at that same business?
No.
Were you working anywhere at the time this video was made?
What the date is, the 19th or something like. I don't know the date of the video. Could I see the date of the video?
In 2015, were you working at all anywhere during the year 2015?
I told you at one point in time, I started working here at security with Mr. Jeffery Williams in 2015.
And did you see yourself with money in the video?
Yes,
And was that your money?
probably was. I ain't finna be holding on nobody no money.
Okay. And how
Got a question.
did you make the money that you had in that video?
I don't know how I made it that time. At that time.
Okay.
I don't even.
Do you remember what you got paid as head of security?
No, I don't. It's based on how long it went, so I don't actually know the pay until like till we done with the tour.
Okay.
Or how many days I ever worked, then I know.
Were you paid by the hour or salary or what?
I was paid salary.
All right. Do you remember your salary?
No, I don't actually remember the exact salary.
The Demikion that you identified in the video, is that another person that you call Lil D?
Yes,
Okay. And was his Instagram name Scarface with an X replacing the C?
I think that was his Instagram.
Okay. Did you hear someone yelling "Black, Black" in the background of that video?
No,
Okay. Have you heard the term "black," B-L-A-T-T, used?
yeah.
Where have you heard that term used?
I heard a lot of people use it.
Have you heard YSL members use it?
I used it.
When you use it, what do you use it to mean?
I didn't really never know what it mean, but I used it though.
How did you use it when you used it?
I just said black.
And to what would you be using the word black? To respond to or to identify?
Could you repeat that?
Could you use black in a sentence the way you used the word black when you did use it? Could you use a sentence, put in a sentence for the jury?
I don't think I never used it in a sentence, but I might just say black.
Okay. And would that be in response to something that scared you or
Huh?
meeting someone?
No.
What occasions would you use the word black?
I don't know what occasion, but I used it.
Did you use it in the same way you use slat?
Did I use it in the same?
Did you use it in the same way that you use the word slat?
You trying to confuse me like that. You got to
No, I
tell me.
promise you I'm not.
You got to tell me like, because you saying that I use black in the same term that I use slack.
No, in the same way.
Wait, like, yeah, when I see somebody who, yeah, show love, yeah.
Okay, so is black a way that you show love?
Yeah.
All right. Does black stand for you for blood love all the time?
From my understanding, I never knew that what it stand for, but
Okay. So, okay. When did you start using black to show love?
Probably like 2015, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Did you hear other people who are YSL use black to show love?
I think so.
Who did you hear?
I think I seen in a video that me and Zachary was in, he used it.
Is Zachary the only person that you heard use it?
I don't recall. If you had anything you could refresh my memory with, then I could tell you.
All right, thank you. Do you remember the night of January 10th, 2015?
Yes.
Why do you remember that night?
I remember that night because I was falsely accused of a crime. Not by the state, by the streets.
Okay. Do you remember the day, earlier in the day, before you learned you were being falsely accused?
Did I know earlier that?
No, sir. Do you remember what you were doing earlier in the day?
I think me and my girl, I think we was at a gambling house, if I'm not mistaken.
You remember which gambling house?
No, I don't remember which one, but I think I gambled all that day.
All right.
Until nightfall.
Okay. And just generally around what time? From like 6 in the morning till, I don't know, midnight?
I don't recall the time.
Fair enough. At what point or at any point did you leave the gambling house with your girl?
I think I left before the football game started.
What football game are you talking about?
I don't recall who was playing, but I know the New England Patriots were playing because that's who I betted my money with.
Okay, you're a Patriots fan.
Yes.
Okay.
Not a Patriot, Tom Brady.
Just Tom Brady, nobody
Right.
else. Okay. So did you make any efforts to go somewhere to watch the Patriots game?
I went home and watched.
Was it a playoff game or just a...
I think it was a playoff game, AFC or something. I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember who won?
The Patriots.
Okay. So you made good money that night.
I ain't make it that night. I received it probably 2 days after.
Okay.
Not that night.
Did you take any pictures of yourself watching the Patriots game?
I want to say I took a picture of the TV and me and my son, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Did you post that picture anywhere on a social media site of yours?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember which social media site?
I only think I had Instagram at the time, so.
I'm showing you what has already been admitted as states 423. Why? Is that the photo that you posted on January 10th, 2015 of you and your son watching the Patriots?
Yes.
Is the time and date on the bottom the time and date you remember making that posting?
Yes.
All right. Would you tell the jury that time and date?
The time is 7:52 p.m. 1/10/2015.
Can we publish that to the jury, please? 423 Yankee. There's no problem. This one up here. Correction, Your Honor. This is going to be 433 Yankee, and the state tenders 433 Yankee as evidence.
Objection or no objection? No objection. All right, thank you. It is admitted apparently without objection from anyone.
Thank you, Your Honor. Showing you 433 in just a moment. Could you zoom out to show the picture? Is that the posting that is now on the screen
Yes.
that has been admitted as 433 that you made on January 10th,
Yes.
2015?
Yes.
And what was the caption that you put up under there?
Watching the game. Let's go, Patriots.
It's going to sound like a silly question, but would you answer it for me anyway? Why did you put this posting up on your Instagram page?
Because at that time, that's when I was watching the game. I do it now. I post when I'm watching the game now.
Okay.
There was no reason to it.
Did you watch until the end of the game? Were you able to catch all of the game?
Yeah, I watched the complete whole game.
Do you know about what time the game ended?
I want to say around 10 something or something like that.
Okay.
I watched the whole entire game.
All right. And you have read the time and date of the post already. So do you remember what happened after you finished watching the game? Did anything of significance happen?
I received the DM around 10 something, and it came across the 10 o'clock news.
Okay. Now, when you say you received the DM, what DM are you talking about?
About me and Kenny Copeland is supposed to kill Donovan Thomas. But at that time, I didn't know.
That you didn't know he had been shot?
No.
Okay. What did you do when that DM came across your page?
When I got my son and his mother out the house.
Where did you, first of all, what were you driving? Did you have your own car?
Yes, I don't remember what kind of car I was in, though.
And when you got your son and your son's mother out of the house, where did you take them?
I want to say, I don't really recall what all I did first, Miss Lord, but I got him out the house. I know I got him out the house because we all got in the car together. So I don't recall what I did before I got where I was going. I don't recall.
All right, that's fair. So when you say before you got where you were going, you don't remember, but where is it that you ultimately went?
I went down Mr. Williams' house.
Did you have family, immediate family, anywhere in the city?
What'd I say? Probably not close enough to Mr. Jeffery house. Probably was closer to any other one else's house.
Where were you living on January 10th, 2015? Generally speaking, I want the address.
Boulevard.
Boulevard?
Yes.
Okay. And where was your mom living in the city at that time?
I don't remember what address, but the only thing I can tell you is I know the downtown area was closer than Boulevard than anywhere I would have went.
Okay. And so where was it downtown that you went to get to Mr. Williams' home? Where was he living?
I think it was 10th Street, if I'm not mistaken. I don't actually know the street. I just know how to get there.
Was it an apartment, a condominium, a high rise, a single family home, or what?
It was a condo, I think. I don't know, a loft, whatever you call it.
Do you remember the name of it?
No.
Do you remember the name Sky House at all?
I don't recall the name of it, Ms.
Okay.
Love.
Understanding you don't remember what you did before you went to Mr. Williams' house, do you remember around what time you got there?
I know I got to his house probably like 10 something, if I'm not mistaken.
How long of a drive would it have been from your house to his house?
Probably no longer than 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay. When you left out the house with your child and child's mother, did you carry a gun with you?
Yes, I think I did have a gun with me.
What kind of gun?
I don't recall. But I know I had a gun.
When you went to Defendant Williams' home, somewhere near 10th Street, did you take your child with you?
I'm not for sure. It was so much going on, and I'm not for sure. To be honest with you, I'm not for sure. But I know me, my son, and his mother end up at Jeffery house.
Did you take your son's mother with you when you went to Defendant Williams' house?
I gotta remember, Miss Love. I don't really remember exactly how I went. Only thing I remember, I end up at Jeffery condo or loft that night.
Is it accurate, though, that you left out of your home with your child and your child's mother?
Yes.
Did you not go straight to Mr. Williams' house?
I don't recall. I can't. That's what I'm telling you. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
And if it was that you did not take them there immediately, where is it that you would have dropped them off at?
I don't. No, I don't remember. I don't remember if I dropped them off anywhere. I don't remember.
Okay. Would you have had any reason to drop them off before going to Defendant Williams' house?
No, because I wanted to keep them with me to protect them.
Okay. But you can't remember whether you actually did. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. Did you call anyone before you went to Defendant Williams' house?
I don't recall calling anyone before I went to Mr. Williams' house.
It's fair to say you did know other people in the city besides Mr. Williams. Is that accurate?
Right. Yeah, right. But I didn't call anyone.
Okay. So why did you go straight to Defendant Williams' home upon learning that Donovan Thomas had been murdered with your baby and your child's mom ended up there as well, right?
I don't really remember. I just know that I ended up at Jeffery house like this. I'm trying to think, but I don't really remember.
Take your time.
But I know I ended up at Jeffery house that night.
Why did you end up at his house that night?
Like I said to you before, I just went to the closest place with someone I can trust.
Did your house on Boulevard, was it situated anywhere near where Donovan Thomas had been shot?
I don't know how far it is. I can't tell you that. But it's,
Do you know whether the place he was shot was closer to Mr. Williams' house or your house on Boulevard?
I didn't know where he got shot at first. I just seen it, the scene come across. I didn't even know it was Donovan Thomas until I received that DM.
Okay. So why did you leave your own house? That's the better question.
Because I was accused and I knew that everybody knew where I stayed at on Boulevard.
Okay. When you got to defendant Williams' house, approximately what time was it that you got there?
I don't remember the time, Ms. Love. I promise you I don't. I don't remember the time.
Would you explain to the jury the atmosphere or, you know, what the mood was like when you got to defendant Williams' house?
They were watching a laptop trying to put a video together. I won't think, what is the song called? Jeffery?
Who is they?
The person who do the videos for him and him, they was sitting around. It wasn't no commotion or like nothing was going on at that time.
Who all was there at the house?
I don't recall who all was there.
Do you recall any people who were there?
I know Mr. Jeffery Williams was there.
All right. Who else that you recall?
I don't recall anyone else in this courtroom that was there when I got there.
All right. Once you got there, tell the jury what you did, if you can recall.
I brought it to my brother's attention what they were saying.
What brother?
Mr. Williams.
All right. And then what happened?
We all sat around for a minute and then I don't know what happened. We had to get up and go because I knew he had a time frame that he had to be somewhere to make it to Miami.
When you say we all sat around for a minute, do you remember who the we all is?
The person who was shooting the video and me and Jeffery Williams.
To the best of your memory, were y'all the only three people in the condo?
To my best ability, I don't remember the other people without. I didn't know their name, but no one else that I can recall in this courtroom was there when I got there.
You're talking about in this courtroom, and I respect that, but I'm talking about anybody. Do you
I don't
remember
know.
anybody?
I just told you I didn't know the name of the people who was there. I didn't know everybody from the label or everybody that hung around Mr. Jeffery because they were Mr. Jeffery friends.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to get to know them.
Okay.
Mr. Jeffery is my brother.
Okay. Do you remember about how many people? Was it crowded? A few people?
It wasn't too many people when I got there.
Less than 10 people?
It was way less than 10 people.
Uh,
I can't give you an exact number, so could we move on, Ms. Love? I can't give you an exact number.
We can move on. At what point then, since your child and child's mother were not two of the people you remember being there, if you didn't take them, do you know how they got to Mr. Williams' house?
They got there with me. You said other people who was there already.
Okay.
I didn't know you was talking about the people I took with me.
Okay.
I wouldn't count them because they came with me. You said who was there when I got there. My child and my mother wasn't there when they got there.
Okay.
Come on, stop trying to act like.
So, Mr.
Good.
Sledge.
Come on, you guys this question before I take it. If I could get me a break. Come on, Ms. Love.
We can take a short break. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
use the bathroom.
All right, ready?
All right, unless anybody wants to put anything on the record, let's all also take a recess.